Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. If you're not new and you've been here for a while, then why not make sure the notification bell is switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. Now for today's video, I have a super exciting one because I'm finally sitting down and testing out the brand new I Heart Revolution and a Primark range. I'm so sorry this has taken me ages to do, honestly. Vlogtember just completely took it out of me. Like, my energy levels were so low after that, and I just could not find the time to film this during that time. So yeah, I'm finally filming it. I have all three of the new palettes. I've got primers, lip products, and a liquid highlighter, blush stick, all that good stuff. So if you want to see the products I used and what I thought of them, then please keep watching. We have two primers to test out in this video. We firstly have the Glazed Donut Primer, which, if I remember rightly, felt quite like a hydrating sort of primer. But then we also have the Coffee Cream Whipped Primer Base. Honestly not sure what this is meant to do, so I think I might put this on first and then pop this on top and see if it does anything. Luckily I have the receipt, so for things that don't have the prices on, I can let you know. So this costs £6 and it comes with a pump. This looks like a lot like the Beauty Crop primers. And yeah, so that is what it looks like. It basically does look and feel like a moisturizer. It's super thin in texture, which I really like. I'm absolutely gutted it doesn't tell you what the primer does, but honestly this feels really nice. It's definitely sunken into my skin, and there is like the tiniest bit of tack there, but nothing major. I wouldn't say this is a gripping primer. It just has a really nice moisturizing texture, and it's sunken into the skin really nicely. I really like this. It's also not like super wet, dewy looking on the skin. It definitely has that more like dried down look to it. So yeah, if you prefer more like super hydrating primers, I think you'll need to find something a bit better than this, but I personally love it. Okay, moving on to the Coffee Cream Primer. This one again retails for £6. I literally have no idea what this is going to do, but oh my god, can you see it has the like swirly pattern in it? I don't know why I didn't think it would do that, but yeah, let's just pop this on just in my T-zone area. Okay, so I'd say this coffee one is slightly more hydrating than what the glazed one is. It definitely felt a little bit more wet on the skin, if that makes sense. But honestly, I'd say these primers are just just a standard primer base. I don't think they're meant to do anything in particular. Obviously, I'll see how the foundation goes on top of these and see if my pore area is minimized or anything like that. But just like the texture of them and how they feel on my skin, I think they are just general primer bases. But I do love this one. It's super cool to see all the different colors in it. I've just put some foundation and concealer on. I put Conceal and Define, my absolute holy grail, and then the Infinite Conceal and Define concealer, because we have a blush stick to try. So this is the Cheeky Berry Lip and Cheek stick. This is what the packaging looks like. Super cute, and I got the shade Plum. There is also another shade as well, but this is the one that I wanted to pick up because all this stuff didn't come to, it's like 64 quid and I didn't even get everything, so I was like, I need to actually not buy everything. Don't know why I'm smelling it. The price is £4 for one of these. Now I don't exactly know how to use this. Do I apply it straight on the face, or do I might dip my brush in it actually. I'm going to use a more dense brush, so I'm just going to take my Mitchell MF1 brush and just going to take the product from the stick. I mean, my god, it's actually coated really well on there. I'm now actually scared. Wow, it's actually really good, really pigmented. Oh my god, I literally look like a clown, but that is absolutely fine with me. Okay, I've taken that like absolutely everywhere on my cheeks. I'm just going to grab my sponge that I used for my foundation and concealer, and I'm just going to tap around the edges. I love to do this just to calm it down around the edges so it doesn't look super harsh, and just tap around the temples. But that is a beautiful blush. I love the colour and it blended really nicely. Obviously, I don't know how it would apply, like going directly on the skin, but honestly, just dip your brush in there and it works absolutely fine. I finished off my base using all I Heart Revolution. So I used the coconut baking powder, what I tested out last time, like from their original launch. The bronzer is also from the original launch, and then this is from a launch on Revolution's website earlier on this year. Just use a little bit to add colour back into my cheeks. Now for highlighter, they did actually bring out a liquid highlighter that's also from the Glazed collection, and this is also £4. What I'm going to do is what I see people doing a lot on TikTok is where they squeeze it on their hand and like dab the bottom of the sponge and then like tap the sponge on their cheekbone. So I'm going to try that and see how I feel about it. Tapped it on like this section of my sponge. Maybe the clean girl girlies know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? I like never do that, but it actually makes it look more like natural and glowy as opposed to like just a stark bit of highlighter on the cheek. Okay, I really like that on the cheeks. Like, look how beautiful and glowy that is. It's like just a natural glow on the skin. It's absolutely stunning. I can see why people do this a lot because it does look really nice and beautiful on the cheekbones. And it's not just like a stark line that I've done quite a lot in the past to test out liquid highlighters. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to take the pineapple highlighter from earlier this year, like the cherry one, and I'm just going to add that to my nose because I don't really want to put liquid highlighter on my nose just because sometimes it can lift the foundation from my nose and I really don't want it to do that. I'm also just going to tap a tiny little bit on the liquid highlighter to set it, just because I don't like leaving wet products on the skin, so I'm just going to set it into place. But honestly, I'm using like the tiniest bit of highlighter just to set it, and yeah, beautiful. Okay, so the base is all complete. I'm just going to put on some setting spray. This is the Coconut Hydrating Fixing Spray, which was within the first launch. They have launched a setting spray for this one, but it was the Glazed like glitter spray. And if you've watched my Emily in Paris advent calendar testing video, like, you know how I feel about glitter sprays. I absolutely despise them. So I'm just going to use this one from the original launch. And before I get into the eye portion of this video, I just want to put some lip balm on. So this is the Berry Balm. This was £3.50, and I think this is, yeah, raspberry. I think there was another one as well. Oh, it's like a gel consistency. Wow, that is a very thick lip balm. I probably would wear that overnight as opposed to during the day, just because, yeah, it does have that slightly more like thicker texture to it. It definitely feels like one that you would wear overnight as opposed to during the day, but that's just my personal preference. But it smells absolutely amazing, and for £3.50, you can't go wrong. For eyes, I've got 3 eyeshadow palettes and a mascara. I think I'm gonna do one on each eye and then use this a little bit as well. So firstly, we have the Glazed Donut palette. This retails for £8. So this is what it looks like. This is super pretty. This is definitely my favorite one out of all 3 that launched. Next, we have the Sweet Like Cherry palette. I absolutely hate this. Like, why is the layout like this? I don't understand. I do love the colours in here though. And then lastly, we have this one. This is the Cappuccino palette. I don't really know why they felt like they needed to launch this. It's just, yeah, it's just an all shimmer palette really. So that's why I thought I'll use maybe 1 or 2 of those on the eyes. And then we have the Coffee Lash Lift Mascara. I've just zoomed you in and applied some eye base. This is the Super Base. So firstly, I'm going to go in with this one because it is my favourite out of the both. It doesn't run quite as deep as I thought it would, or as much as I would like rather. But let's see what we can do. So firstly, I'm going to take this shade here and I'm just going to put that in my crease. Then I'm going to take this shade here to blend it out. And then I'm going to use this shade here on the top edges. Then I'm going to take this shade here, which is the darkest one in the palette, and I'm going to apply that to my inner corner and brow bone. The shimmer in the middle of my lid, I'm going to take this one down here. It's absolutely beautiful. Like, this palette does not let me down, like, shimmers wise. It's absolutely stunning. Okay, so that shimmer you have to really build up, and even when you do build it up, it's still not that shimmery anyway. It's definitely more of like that glowy sort of powder. It's not super shimmery or foily by any means. It literally just has a tiny bit of reflection to it. So I'd say this palette would be nice just for like a really light everyday eye. Like, I would not use this for an intense going out look. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is definitely just something where you want to whack something quick and easy on your lid. Do you know what I mean? For my lower lash line, I'm gonna go back in with the first shade we used, which is this one. And for my inner corner and brow bone, I'm going to take this shimmer here. Oh my goodness. Wow, so that is so different to that previous shimmer. Okay, well, I did not expect that from the inner corner shade. That shimmer was definitely a little bit better, but yeah, I'm quite disappointed in the lid shade. What I might do actually is take this shimmer from the Cappuccino palette and add that on top. Oh, there we go. That's what I was missing. Then I'm just going to go in with some shadow from the palette just to blend those two edges in. But yeah, that is a little bit better now. You can definitely see the reflection in that. Okay, so I've just put some primer on my other eye, and now we're finally going to use the Cherry palette. So I think firstly, I'm going to take this pink shade here. There's a lot more depth in this palette, which I really like. Then I'm going to take this shade here to start blending that out. And then there's not a lighter pink than that. So what I'm going to do is take this beigey sort of very pale shade just to blend out the top edges. The shades in both these palettes really are like super, super powdery. And for some depth, I'm going to take this shade here. I'm just going to tap between the palest pink and that beigey shade just to help a little bit more with this blend. Then for the middle of this lid, I'm going to take this shimmer here. Let's see if these are the same, although they do have a slightly different texture. Oh yeah, that's much better than the shimmer in the Glazed palette. Look at that, beautiful. And then just going to use a little bit of shadow just to blend those edges in. For the lower lash line, I do want to also try this purple, but I feel like it's going to be a little bit harsh. So what I might do is I might just put the pink that I originally used, this first one here, on the lower lash line, and then add the purple to the outer edge just to give it a little bit of depth. Just going to take a few little taps of that purple, not go crazy with it. And then for the inner corner and brow bone, I'm going to take this shade here, but I think it might be a little bit too dark. And then I think I'm going to take a little bit of this gold marbly sort of shade from this Cappuccino palette just to add a little bit more bronziness to it, and just so I can add a little bit more to the look and also try out another shade in that palette. Okay, so that's my finished look with the Glazed Donut palette, and that's my finished look with the Cherry palette. Let me know down below what you think, and also which one is your favourite. Now we're going to move on to the mascara they launched. This is the Coffee Lash Lift Mascara, and this costs £4. So this is the packaging for the mascara. And then this is what the wand looks like. So let's give this a go. Okay, so this is the mascara on. Honestly, the end result is not bad at all, and I'm actually not that mad at how this looks on my lashes. Like, it's a very natural, everyday mascara. What I will say is that it does take like 4 or 5 layers to build it to get it to this level. So as much as I love the end result, I don't love how slow it takes to get to this moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love the fast acting, thickening, lengthening, plumpy sort of lashes. So these for me are very like natural everyday lashes, but they do take a little while to build. And overall, not a bad mascara though for the price. What was it? £4? Yeah, £4. Not bad. I just can't see myself reaching for this an awful lot, but honestly doesn't look bad on my lashes at all. Okay, so I've just zoomed you out. We're now onto the last part of this video, which are the lips. I do have like 3 different products here. So firstly, I have the lip crayons. I also have a lip stain and a lip gloss. I don't think I'm going to get round to using this today. It is a very pretty colour. It's in the shade Raspberry, and yeah, this is just the Berry Burst lip stain. Probably should keep the colour on there to show you. This is what the colour looks like. It's absolutely stunning, but honestly I don't think I'm going to be using a lip stain today, so I'm not going to be using that, but I am going to be using one of the lip crayons and the gloss. So these are what they look like. I absolutely love that they did lip crayons because it's something different that they didn't do the first time round. I don't know what the shades are because unfortunately they leave them on the plastic as opposed to the actual product, which is really annoying. But this is like more of a mauvey, berry toned lip crayon, and the one I'm going to use today is more of the brownie one. I'm pretty sure this one was called Toffee. So yeah, I'm going to use this one on my lips. It helps that it's a crayon because you can line as well as like fill in your lips. Wow, that is a beautiful colour and actually a really nice autumnal winter like warm brown sort of colour. I really love that, and this made it so easy to apply, it being a crayon. I absolutely love this. And then to finish off this look, I have the Coffee Cream Lip Gloss. There was a few of these. I picked up the lightest one, which is called Cafe Latte. I do love myself a latte. And it just looks like this on the wand. Yeah, it definitely has that like artificially coffee scent. I completely forgot to smell the mascara actually, because I'm sure it said it's scented. Ah, yeah, I remember now from my whole video. It's more of like a chocolatey coffee scent. Right, let's apply this on the lips. I actually don't mind that it gets products on the wand because it's like a nudie sort of gloss anyway. I'm not sure if I applied too much, but it is like sticking a little bit. Other than that, it does feel really nice on the lips, and I love how juicy it makes the lip look. But yeah, I would watch out for that because it is sticking a little bit, which is a bit annoying. Okay, so this is my completed makeup using the new I Heart Revolution and Primark makeup launch. I would love to know your thoughts down below. Have you tried any of this yet? Please let me know your thoughts. Yeah, I would love to know. My favourite products from today's video are definitely the lip products and the cheek stick. I also really love the liquid highlighter, like with using that technique with just a sponge. It was really beautiful on the skin. The primers were definitely nice. I just don't think they're anything I'm like, you need to run out and go buy these primers ASAP. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have tons of primers in my collection and I have loads that I absolutely love. And I just didn't think that these did anything super special. I mean, this is really cool with the swirls, I must admit. But this one was just like a standard hydrating primer base. Do you know what I mean? The palettes were okay, but again, nothing that you need to run to Primark to get ASAP. Like, this has the better quality shimmers in it, 110%, but I just hate that this is all shimmer. Like, if this was like a deep chocolatey coffee brown palette with shimmers in there, like mattes and shimmers, I would have absolutely loved this. But unfortunately, this is just a shimmer palette. These two, I hate the layout of this. I do love this one, but the shimmers in it were quite disappointing. So for £8, like, it's a lot of money for these palettes, and like the packaging is super thin and cardboardy. I just think you can get better palettes out there. But if you're looking for a nice everyday palette, this will do the trick because it's not too in your face. It's really nice and natural. So that's probably my favourite palette out of all three, just based off like colour story and things. But the quality wise, the all shimmer palette is definitely the best one. And mascara is okay, definitely for every day, but not something I'm going to be using all the time. Okay, so that was me testing out the brand new I Heart Revolution and Primark range. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. Comment down below, let me know what you think, and of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!